Hey selam, ben Bora ve bugün The Stanley Parable'ın 3. bölümüyle karşınızdayım. Bu video bir Twitch kesitidir. Siz de Twitch'e gelip bana destek olabilirsiniz. Aşağıda link var. İyi seyirler. 2 defa bitirdik oyunu. Oo, bu sefer farklı.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Buraya yine toplantı odasına gidiyor.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Burası sol kapı, bak buradan hiç gitmedik. Asansöre binelim.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Başka kapı açık değil zaten.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Geçiyorduk. Burayı da kapat.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Bak bakalım.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Sol sağ orta. Buradan gidemeyeceğimize göre aşağıya. Yine buraya geldik. Ama daha biraz önce aşağıdaydık.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Yine başlattı en baştan.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tamam, buradan.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
O daha fazla kapı.
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Burada bir kapı, bu kapıları biliyoruz. Burada bir kapı, bir de burada bir kapı. Aynı yere gidiyor zaten. Tamam. Sağdan bir gidelim. Sağın en sağında. Şuradan.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
En başa atlıyor tekrardan.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Şimdi
Okay,
hiç kapı
it's
yok.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Tamam.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Oo,
The
bak burası
story.
farklı.
Here it comes.
Burada bizim odanın olduğu yer olması lazımdı.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ne?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so
Yes.
good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Burada kapımız vardı ama.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yine en baştan başladı.
All
Oo.
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Bu çizgiyi tak. Peki, bu çizgiyi takip edelim. Buraya ilk defa giriyoruz.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Aha, bu
Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to
bu adam
apologize.
mıydı?
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Bak 8-7 sonra doğru geliyor. Oradan yapıyor 6 32 şöyle Yeniden sallanıyor. Kapı burada değil mi? Tam buradan girdik. Buradan bakınca böyle. Buraya geldik. Ama buradan böyle bakınca böyle. Girelim de. Tamam. Aynı yere çıkıyormuş
Wait,
zaten.
cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Merdiven yok burada.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley parable, right? The story? Is
Buradan
any of this
girdik,
ringing
buraya
a
geri
bell?
geldik. Şuraya bizim odamız. Buradan çıktık, buradan sağa döndük. En azından farklı odalar keşfediyoruz. Geri buraya geldik.
Oh, no, no, no, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Yeniden başlat. Yeniden başlattı. Bak, tamam.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
En baştan başladık. Buradan geldik. Bu sefer kapıyı kapattı adam. Buradan gidelim.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready
döndürüp
for it.
döndürüp durma. Tamam.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Yine hattı takip ediyoruz. O deli odası.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
İkisi de aynı yere gidiyor.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. wall. Well,
Bunlar
you
bitirmemiz
consulted
gereken
me.
şeyler.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will
Süre
something
durdu.
happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
Oyun yine baştan başlattı.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Evet. Bir önceki bölümlerde
All of his co-workers were gone.
buradan
What could it mean?
gidip
Stanley decided to go
şeye
to the meeting room.
gitmiştik.
Perhaps
Arka
he had simply
tarafta
missed a memo.
bir tane gizli bir oda vardı. Orada telefondan konuş diyordu.
When
Onu
Stanley came
yapmadık.
to a set of 2
Onu
open, this
yapacağız.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But
Buradan
eager to get
geçip
back to business,
dümdüz
Stanley took the
gitmemiz
first open
gerekiyor.
door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Geçenkinde buradan aşağıya
Look, Stanley,
atlamıştık.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Şurada
the wrong
bir yol
foot
var.
here.
Burayı da
I'm not your
deneyeceğiz.
enemy, really. I'm
Şu
not.
odaya
I
girmiştik.
realize that investing your trust in
Sonra
someone
o
else can be
telefonu
difficult, but the fact
fişini
is that the story has
çekmiştik.
been
Bu
about
sefer ise
nothing but you
fişi
all this
çekmeyeceğiz.
time.
Açıp
There's someone you've
konuşacağız.
been
Ne olduğunu
neglecting,
anlamaya
Stanley.
çalışacağız.
Someone
Bakın
you've
buradan
forgotten
şimdi
about.
atlayıp şuraya
Please,
geçebiliyorsun. Onu
stop
birazdan
trying to make
yapacağız.
every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Tamam.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work
Şuraya
aside,
giriyoruz.
to let her back into your life. She's
Girdik.
been waiting.
Boom.
That's her,
Şimdi.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can
Buradan
truly
fiş
place your
çekmiştik.
faith in
Şimdi
another,
ise
then pick up.
açıyoruz. Açtık. ...427. odadayız.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Yapma. Açamıyoruz da. Şuradan atlamaya çalışsam.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Günaydın işçi. 6'ya basma. Oo, ben mi basacağım?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Q'ya basacağız.
Look at him there,
Bastık.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Lütfen Y'ye bas.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Televizyon izlemek için.
And so he began to fantasize about his own
Burada
job.
şey vardı.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Çocuğum yok ki.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open
Kapıya
doors
gidemiyor.
and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Akşam yemeği hazırlamak için E'ye
As he
bas.
wandered
Oo,
through
bak
this
arka
fantasy
taraf
world,
değişti.
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oyunun adı. Masal anlatmak için
It
6'ya
was
bas.
such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Lütfen karına onu sevdiğini söylemek için.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Oo,
In reality, all
İşte.
he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more
bura
he
bizim oda
forgets
oluyor.
which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
basma dedi. O bak, bu resim değişti. Basmıyorum.
You see?
Bastım.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to
Başka
kill
bir şey olmadı
himself?
çünkü.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Hiçliği sorgulamak için.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Lütfen ölme.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Q'ya bastım. Q'ya bastım ve en başa attı. Bu kapıyı kapatabiliyoruz. Kapattık.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Sonsuza dek.
I will be happy. Stanley
Küçük
waited.
odada.
Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.